Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Alrighty, getting things set up on Instagram and YouTube, and here we are. So, I am so excited to be bringing back Soul Care Spotlights to back to video format. For those who have not been aware or not on my email list, I have been um, featuring this series in an email format over the holiday season. So I think December and even November, if I believe correctly, because just all the traveling, all the holiday schedule, and all of that. So I'm really excited to bring this series back into a video format and to show up and feature a lot of amazing wellness professionals who are hosting amazing events both in person and online. And I realized though, I'm gearing up for the next episodes. Have some really cool people that I'm going to introduce you to with some really cool events. And I realized that I never went back and really talked about the why for this series, like why I created this series. And so I wanted to take a pause and go ahead and do that. And so Soul Care Spotlights was actually originally Self Care Spotlights. I started it in, um, it was either 2022. Um, is when I started the series, or actually, no, 2021 is when I started the series on IG Lives. And at that time, I was interviewing different wellness professionals and learning more about how they balance self care while running a self care or wellness based business. And I definitely want to bring some of those. Questions back around that of like how do you manage that, but this updated version Soul Care Spotlights is a little bit less about um, the journey of the self-care or wellness entrepreneur, and more so about serving the community and helping the community find different ways to practice self-care that works for them. And even more importantly, the distinction between, like, to me, self-care and soul care. To be honest, I feel like self-care is a term that has been used in ways that don't always tell its true value of like what it does. And so I like to use the term soul care, want to distinguish myself from that phrase, but also to really talk about practices that really make you feel full inside, right? That goes beyond maintenance and is something that is going to help you over the long term. Is kind of some of the things I see about that, and something that may be a little bit more intimate and experience based, which is why with this series I am focusing more so on in-person events as well as virtual events where we're coming together as a community. I have been learning that there is so much healing and growing to be done in community, and so I'm really excited to share more opportunities to do that. Again, whether you are able to physically be somewhere or you're joining virtually. And so at the end of when I was transitioning, when IG kind of got rid of IG Lives or IGTV, you can still do lives, but the IGTV platform and space, I knew that I wanted to bring this series to YouTube. And from there, I wanted to kind of up the production. And so I went to my co working space, which was also a recording space, and I was able to take it to the next phase of this series, which was I wanted to talk to people face to face, and I wanted them to share a little bit more about their knowledge and their story. And so I'm going to share a quick clip of the last episode of when the series was self care spotlight, and so you can kind of see a view of like what it was before. When did you realize, like, intentionally, like, hey, I need to practice self-care, I'm going to do this, and then what kind of impact did that have on you?
So that one's a big one. So for me, I was put in a position where I had to learn self-care. As in, like, I felt like everything else in my life was falling apart and I didn't have a choice but to learn self-care.
So that was my girl Ashanti, and she was, this is a really good episode. If you want to check out the full episode, if you go to my YouTube channel and look at the Soul Care Spotlight playlist, you can find that episode in there, and that is how to improve your mental health using self-care. And so that is, again, like the direction that it started to evolve from. And then from there, I realized that, again, I wanted to speak more to the community of people who are looking for wellness practices. And so later of last year, I rebooted back the series because I had to take a pause with it. I rebooted back the series, and I attempted to do in-person recordings again. And at this time, I no longer have the place I was recording at. I'm in the process of finding a new recording studio. But from that, I found this dual purpose of not only helping people find wellness events that they can attend, but also helping the entrepreneurs who are throwing it really reach their audience more, as well as help get them out of their comfort zone themselves. So for those who are new to me, I am a visibility strategist for introverted and camera shy women in wellness. And I found that having these episodes, doing these interviews, allowed introverted and camera shy entrepreneurs to get out of their shell. They were able to be at ease when recording with me, and I really enjoy doing these lives and being able to capture moments like this.
I wanted to create this as a way to give back to the community in a way that is tangible. Overall, Color and Chill is literally just a safe space to come and color. It's centered around wellness. It's to promote the fact that coloring is such a nostalgic practice that we used to do as kids. And it's something that's relaxing. It's something that brings you just peace and joy. And there's no barrier to entry. You're given a canvas with already drawn imagery, and you just color what you feel, color your emotions, color your thoughts, or just express yourself.
So this episode can also be found in the Soul Care Spotlight playlist, Color and Chill with Elisa. Such a great episode, such a great event that she has curated. And so I love this focus that I have now on events, things that people can experience, because there's one thing to showcase and tell you all about these wellness practices, but it's another thing to actually experience it, and that is really the goal that I want to bring. And another thing that I want to bring to life with this reboot of this series is really a little bit more of the educational part, because it's easy for people to tell you about these different things that you can try. But I feel like for me, I'm someone who just loves to know the why behind things, loves to know, why things work, and or why it would be beneficial for me. And so I am looking forward to having all of these different experts on, so that way they can not only talk about the experience that they can provide through their events, as well as share a little bit of their knowledge with you, such as in this episode with Takia.
That's how nature is designed to support us. Our menstrual cycle is our monthly report card. It literally gives you an opportunity to look inward and see the state of your health, whether what's in balance, what's out of balance. So we're taught to kind of hate it or look at it like it's a nuisance, and I would like to help women reform and reframe the way they're thinking about things related to their womanhood.
Yes. Again, full episode in the playlist. That one is called Return to Nature with Takia Robinson. And all that. So I talked a little bit about the past and where this series has come from, where this series currently is now. And then like what is my bigger vision for this series is what I want to get to. So again, right now, it's been a joy to be able to do a lot of these interviews in person, and the goal is to do as many as I can in person, especially those based in the San Diego area. I want to try to host them at the place where the event will be taking place. So that way people can, get a feel of where it is before they even actually get there. And I will be doing focusing on more virtual events for or virtual interviews for events that are virtual, as well as events that are outside of the San Diego area. But the big vision is to be able to either to be able to go to where these events are being hosted at and interview the entrepreneurs and the hosts, regardless of the location. There are some really cool things that I'm seeing happening throughout the US, throughout the world, that I want to be able to showcase. So that is one of the bigger visions and bigger goals, to be able to do that. Another vision for this is to be able to not only spotlight, but to be able to actually provide entry into these events, right? So a lot of the events that I'm featuring are paid experiences. These entrepreneurs, these curators are putting a lot into these experiences to bring you, joy, to bring you healing, to bring you new awareness of yourself. And so I know that sometimes that can be a barrier to entry for people not being able to afford to go and experience certain things. And so the goal is going to be able to provide the experiences and the products that come with these experiences to you all, the listeners. So I'm figuring out how all that can work, how I can sponsor some of these experiences for you all. But that is one of the other bigger visions for this. And right now, the series is going to be bi-weekly, but I would love to be able to host it weekly, or maybe even like as a season where we go, we travel, we get the episodes in, and then I release them season by season. So those are some fun things that are in the works. If you know of someone who would be a great fit, women in wellness who are hosting events and who are looking for ways to get the word out about them, I would love to interview them. I'm going to be leaving, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to be leaving a link in the description with how to fill out a guest interest form. And then for Instagram, I'm going to be creating a post and or like some type of story highlight, also detailing the process to do that, because I have an amazing community of people who are putting things on. But I also want to hear from you all. I want to hear from those of you who are watching, those of you who are sharing with your own community of how I can like reach more people and be able to highlight more events. So really excited about that. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist, y'all. That is the vision, to be able to again spread the awareness of the many different types of wellness practices and experiences there are out there. I know when I first began my journey of self-care and wellness and self-love, sometimes things felt inaccessible. I felt like I needed a lot of money. I felt like I needed a lot of time. Sometimes I just felt like I didn't understand what was even going on, right? And so my goal to do with this series is to eliminate a lot of that and show variety. It's awesome to be able to do like a week retreat in another country, something of that nature, right? But wellness and pouring into yourself can also look like journaling. It can also look like attending a affirmation party with others. Like, there's so many other ways that you can also pour into yourself. So I want to be able to highlight the entrepreneurs themselves, because I know there are so many again, people who are introverted, maybe a little shy, but they are just doing amazing things in real life and may need a little bit of help displaying that online. And so really excited about doing that. And then last but not least, excited about being able to give the opportunity for others to experience these experiences, experience these experiences and events without barrier to entry. So through that sponsorship of these events. And so cannot wait. 2025 is going to be really good. I already have an amazing lineup of people to show you all. So super excited for that. So if again that is something that you are interested in, or you know of someone who would be a great fit, go ahead and tag them, as well as, like I said, I'm going to have some information up around how they can get on the guest interest form, so we can chat and see if this would be a good fit. And so that's all for now, y'all. Happy Sunday. I hope you all have a blessed week. And until next Sunday, I hope y'all have a fabulous evening. Bye, y'all.